Hey gamers, today we're going to look at Art Society. Let's check it out. Setup for the game is extremely simple. You get your own player board. You'll shuffle these little paddles out. Whoever got the number 1 paddle will go first and get the gavel. Everyone starts with a starting painting with a star on the back. You'll take it randomly and put it anywhere surrounding. It must touch one of the corners of those 2 stars, so anywhere you want it, that's where you will place it. Also, you have this thing here. You get 5 victory points for filling up your whole board. This will be a score tracker here. If you go around the scoreboard once, it's 50. If you go around it again, they got the little 100-point counter here. You're going to put all your paintings in the board here. I mean, the box there looks really good. Nice divider there. You're going to have all your little wall decor over here. Everyone's going to have bidding paddles from 1 to 20. And then you'll have your little score tracker up here with all 4 different color paintings at the top. How the game goes is extremely simple. Depending on the number of players, you'll have that many paintings plus 1. So in a 3-player game, we'd have 4 paintings. The person with the gavel will pick out from any section, anywhere. They could pick more than 1. They could pick all from one section or several from other sections. Now the game gives you these little things to identify, hey, what's a 9, what's a 5, what's a 6? But as you see, the size is on the back, so we really don't use these. They're really not necessary for the game. Anyway, then the bidding starts. Now, you keep this at the bottom, whatever you are, you keep that bottom. You're going to play your next paddle on top of it. Everyone's going to pick a card and then put it face down. And then they're all going to reveal with the highest number winning. Now, what if it's a tie between 2 or 3 players? Well, then you look at the paddle that was previously played, and whoever has the highest number will go first. If that was a tie, you'll keep going down until you don't have a tie, or until you get to the very bottom, because all of those will be different. So someone will always be decided as the winner of the bid. And let's say it was me. Well, I have a few choices. I can pick any of these. Some things you do not want. Some things you don't want is to match yellow with yellow or the same color next to each other. Because it must, by the way, when putting these paintings up here, they must hit, at least touch, can't touch cockeyed, must touch flat on them, and cannot move off the board. So that would be illegal because I don't have room on the board. I also couldn't put it off the board here or down below here. Now, if I put these 2 yellows together, that would be bad for me because that means it would score 0 at the end of the game. Any matching colors that you see at the bottom would count as 0 points. Another thing I could do, if this was the only one, let's say, I mean, these would be better for me, but let's say these were out, I went third and I had only these 2. Well, the thing I could do is I could put it over here with my assistant and hang it later at another time. So if I won another bid, maybe I won this one, I can place this one here and then finally place this one against that one and put that one there. You can always place the other one with your assistant whenever you want. So, but if I grabbed one, let's say again, another turn I had this one, well, daggum, I got stuck with the yellow one again. Oh no, I can't put it there for 0 points. I can't give it there. So what I could do is just move it over to the side, and that would be, just kind of throw it away, and that would be negative points at the end of the game. But either way, out of all these, probably the best one for me to pick would be this little one. They have ones of all shapes and sizes, but I like this little one because the frames match up. And whenever you play something and it's a different color, and the frames match up against it, then you're going to get some decor. Now, that just matched up against 1 frame, so I'd get a number 1 decor. And I could take it or not take it, discard it, and put it on the board. Wherever I want it, at least it's touching something else. If it was matching 2 frames of the same type, let's say I had another wooden frame like this, well then I could get one of these number 2 decors and put them up. Or if it was a number 3, I could get one of these number 3 decors and hang them up. Now what if it was over 3? Well then you can grab a mix of anything. If it was a 4, maybe I grab a 3 and a 1, or a 2 and a 2. And if it was a 5, maybe I grab a 5, 3 ones and a 2 or whatever. So if you're touching multiple frames, which could happen later on in the game, you could be putting up more decor. And again, the same rules apply. You cannot move off the board here. Now, the game's going to, now, by the way, let's say everyone picked this, this, and that one. Okay, so this is the leftover one. What you're going to do with this one is look on the back of it. It is 6, and it's yellow. So you're going to put it over here with the yellow, and then move this one up 6. Now, if later on maybe red had one that was a 6, but yellow was already there, then you put it just 1 behind it. Also, I should mention, when having to deal with a one I didn't want, let's say this one, we'll use this one. Let's say this is here. There you go. I didn't want to place that one. I didn't want to get rid of this one. I could also switch this out for another one of the same type color. So I could use this one, maybe and get this instead for whatever frame, or maybe there's a different size over there. You can also switch it out with the little discard pile, but it has to be for the same color is the only thing there. But those are the options that you're doing. Now, you're going to keep going around until someone has completed their board. Now, if anyone had done that, you're going to give them 5 victory points in the game. And multiple players could have done that at the same time or during at the end of the round. Also, you're going to, if the game could also end if someone put their second painting over here, meaning over in the discard pile, then the game would also end and you'd add up your points. Now, you're going to get points according to this board here. So we take, let's say this is how the end of the game went. There's a lot of greens, blues, and whatnot here. Okay, at the end of the game, those were all the discarded ones. So I'd put green first up here, then blue, then yellow, then red. Okay, based off the discarded ones. And so then we'd say, hey, any green paintings in your room get 5 victory points. Same thing for blue, it's 4. In this example, yellow would be 3, red would be 2. However, if any of the green paintings are in your eye line, your line of sight, which is right here, it's a little light blue area there. If any of those color paintings, you'll get a bonus 3 points for anything, even touching it. Like if this was green, it was just halfway in there, and this was green, or let's say, I don't have any green now, but let's say this one was green. If they were both green touching, you wouldn't get any points, but anyway, if they were both just different color greens, they don't have to be fully in the line of sight, they just have to be somewhere touching that light blue to get those extra victory points. No minus victory points for ones held by your assistant. There are minus victory points for this, and of course any minus victory points on the corners that are showing. You're also going to add up all the shields on your decor across the wall for extra victory points, and of course you're using these little score trackers here, the regular, then the 50, then the 100 if you're making it across. And whoever has the most points at the end wins. Final thoughts, what do I think about the game? Well, I was excited to get this game. I bought off my points off Amazon. It's one thing I asked for Christmas that no one got me, but that's okay. This game is a big hit with my gaming group. They really love it. I can see why. It's fun drafting them, trying to get the paintings. You're always trying to get the most rare, but of course the most rare are the ones that people have passed up time and time again. At first, you may be going for, everyone's going for big paintings to cover up as much as their wall as they could. And then very quickly, the game for us shifted, both times we played this, to small paintings. Where I think the last round, I was picking all 3s. Now, the one thing about this is, I think it is easy to just get about any, not that you can, I've always filled up my board both times we played. Not everyone has filled up the board, but people have come close. And with getting all the decor in there, you can easily do that. So for someone who is a perfectionist and wants to fill up the board, there's a good way you'll do that. The only thing with me is, there was only once just one of the games. There was just one time where I really needed a painting. And it was toward the end, that's usually when you need it, and that's when I played my 20. Before that, I was just playing my 1s, 2s, 3, and everyone was playing single digits. No one was really, every once in a while someone would pay a few digits more just to get a painting, but it wasn't, like I said, I'm not really, out in the weeds if I get this one or this painting. And of course that depends on how you're playing and what paintings you're picking, but it's when it's your turn, of course you're picking paintings you want to do. So you got to win on it. But I didn't feel, that's the only drawback about the game, is I never felt it necessary to really go after a painting. Except for, like I said, one time in the 2 times we played did I play my 20. Other than that, I just went backwards down the count. Just started with 1 and kept bidding up. And I was always going last or second to last. And to be honest, I felt like there was plenty of paintings off the, and it does matter off the ones they picked. Thankfully, the ones they picked were ones I said, yeah, I could go with that. There's nothing here I couldn't live without. So I didn't feel real urgency in overbidding for something. And to be honest, there's plenty of paddles. You're not going to have 20 rounds. I've never even had close to 20 rounds in this. Someone's going to fill out their painting before then. That being said, it's not a bad game. In fact, again, big, huge hit with my gaming group. I love the box. I love the divider. I love how everything's organized in there inside. So really nice looking game. Really fun game to have. Art Society, check it out. All right, gamers, that's it for now. Until next time, you know what to do. Game on!